So why does each Call of Duty get faster? And it's just crazy to see about this. This is from a replay mode, but I love his videos because he gets really in depth with a lot of these conversations. But this game and Call of Duty itself, I feel like AW is going to get to a talking point where it starts to shift on why every Call of Duty got faster. And I feel like that's kind of the turning point. And I'm very curious to see what his opinion on this is.
Basically become a movement shooter at this point.
Oh, pretty much. It is.
Six slides and dastardly dives and just fucking shaking your screen and constantly on this out of control conveyor.
That's the speed. That's the
all I wanna
speed.
do is like sit behind a barrel. Does that make me a camper? That might make me
A little
camper,
bit,
but
a
man,
little
like,
bit,
if
a little bit,
I'm
yeah.
running around the corner and someone's doing this shit. I don't know how I feel about that, man. Like, look. I know that there are tons of people who absolutely love this kind of fast and fluid, movement-focused direction that COD has become over the last decade or so. I mean,
like for me, I have no issue with this movement. I love Modern Warfare 2019. I hated Modern Warfare 2's movement. I love Modern Warfare 3's movement. Like, I love that movement. I really did. Modern Warfare 2 was so restrictive. It was so terrible. It just felt clunky just to move. But, like, I feel like I won't... Either way, for me, I could care less if, like, tomorrow we went back to the Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 movement again. It would not bother me. But if we just kept with this movement, I wouldn't mind either. But just... Modern Warfare 2, like the newest one, literally had so many restrictions, so many issues from that perspective. It was so bad, and like people don't understand. Like people think, oh, this is the Call of Duty that we all wanted. This is the movement that Call of Duty is. No, Modern Warfare 2, the old one, the original, the movement was fluid. The movement was less restrictive. There was no issues like that. It felt fast. This game, no, like every movement, every asterisk, it just felt so bad to the point where you had to have a knife to move a little bit faster around the map with tac sprint and everything. It's just so bad.
Game, for all of its COD is dead memes, still tops the charts even on an off year.
Yeah, PlayStation, literally.
There's been this growing resistance in the back who think that it's gone too far, driving away the casual audience that used to be the backbone of this Coca-Cola-ass series. Just anecdotally, pretty much everyone who I used to play COD with back in the day have all left primarily because of some variation of it's too fucking fast now. I don't want to sweat my ass off. And
I mean, I do get that. I've have friends and I had like a lot of times like that, like the competitiveness. My friends have no issue with competitiveness and just sweating and stuff like that. But I feel like score-based matchmaking literally fucked that up to an absolute T. So if you're in rank, they even have score-based matchmaking in there to the point where if you are in gold, you're not in the same gold as other golds are. You're just not. Like if I put another gold against another gold that is not even the same score-based matchmaking level as me, you will see the asterisk of differences. And there was like videos on videos of people talking about this. It's just so funny. Like my friends and everything of that nature, they would be having a blast. And I remember feeling like absolute shit as soon as I hop on to play with them and play ranked on Modern Warfare 3. I give it about 2 or 3 games and they're just about had it. And I just feel so bad, and not even saying they're bad at all. They're actually really good fucking players. And like not even I'm probably not even the best in my group, but it's just funny to say that from the seeing how the score-based matchmaking, because I would play more, because I would play pubs and I would actually sweat and stuff like that and just kind of play around and stuff like that. I would be put in a more of a higher skill level than others, and then we have to fight and play a little bit higher level players, and it was always so crazy to me to see that. And it's just like I seen my friends just stop playing because I would join after a while. And it was very annoying.
Yet, it seems like almost every decision made in the last 10 years has been made to actively make it faster and sweatier than the one before. So
Oh,
I wanted to
100%.
put together this little video chronicling it all, just for the record, to see exactly how we got to cracked out clips like this from the humble beginnings of this. Because in the beginning, Call of Duty was as simple as you'd think for a game released in
Literally similar to
2003.
Medal of Honor.
Walk, look, aim, shoot, melee, crouch, and prone? Could you go prone back then? All this research, way to fumble it on the first fucking yard line. But notably, there was no sprint. If you wanted to move faster, you basically had the choice between not doing that or just jumping constantly to make yourself feel like you're covering more ground, even though
You weren't.
You weren't. That was until Call of Duty 3, revolutionizing the game by adding in this little speedy nausea button that we all know and love today as sprint. And this sprint would let you travel across the map faster. But the catch was that you couldn't shoot while doing it, a perfectly reasonable trade-off that allowed for bigger maps to be played smaller without actually making them smaller. It seemed like a
Yeah,
win-win.
I never actually
This
played Modern
standard
Warfare
became the
3.
bones
Not Modern Warfare 3. Call of Duty 3. I've never actually played those games up into COD4. So it's kind of funny.
Next 5 or so years. However, there were still a few fringe things in the game that were already pushing that speedy, overnight stamped envelope, like lightweight and extreme conditioning, letting you increase that base speed and let you sprint for longer. And of course, there was also just, an increase in just like player connection speeds as they got more and more stable and people moved off of shitty dial-up internet and onto
Oh my god. I remember back in Modern Warfare 2 as a kid, like my family didn't have the greatest internet in the fucking world, and I remember playing with like friends and stuff like that, and I had literally the worst internet. And people would not let me host because for God's sake, I would 3-bar in it while I'm hosting. It was so bad. Like my internet was so bad. Me downloading an update, I like literally would tell friends, I will see you tomorrow. Like that's how bad my internet was.
shitty, like Comcast internet. Not to mention all the small maps like Rust, Nuketown, and Shipment making their debut, which when stumbled upon in regular rotation felt like this sugar rush. But the point is that on the sticks, it played mostly the same
Yeah.
game to game. And it was relatively slow. Even things like mantling back then had this really janky kind of bob up and down movement to it that makes my head hurt even.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. People were complaining about mantling like now during I think Modern Warfare 2 when they were talking about mantling how slow that shit was. I guarantee you but it's probably the same speed of Modern Warfare 2. I guarantee you, if they ever remaster Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer and people figure out how slow Modern Warfare 2 would be played or COD4 used to be played, it would be so funny to watch. Like COD4 remastered, people didn't complain that much that I noticed during COD4, but I can imagine what Modern Warfare 2 would have been like when they did, if they ever done a remaster. But COD4 remaster was so fun. I played that for hours on end and days on end when that released.
To this day. In fact, it wouldn't be until 2010 with Black Ops 1 that we finally saw an actual addition to the movement system with the dolphin dive. Or at least that's what pretty much everyone called it back then. I'm pretty sure the devs always said in like official material dive to prone or something like that, but
they called it dive to prone. I never knew that shit. I thought it was just like, of all people, like it was revolutionized to be the dolphin dive. But it's always so funny to me. People rarely ever use the dolphin dive in Black Ops 1, either for a like troll purpose or to do some glitches or things of that nature, or possibly get on a higher or same like a far approach. But it was never used as like a movement tech that I noticed when I was playing.
Like a lot of these early mechanics, the community just came up with their own name for things, and this one just stuck.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Dolphin Dive was relatively tame and not like, well, just nobody asked me why we call it training in zombies. But overall, the new dive didn't really add too much to the multiplayer experience.
Yeah, it didn't.
Was clunky and penalized you really badly for doing it. So it was mostly just used to look cool diving away from grenades, or when you'd accidentally hit it while trying to drop shot. Oh yeah.
Bro, that is me, bro. I remember playing Modern Warfare 2 and COD4, and that was particularly me. And like I was the drop shotter, not the jump shooter, pretty much, or like the bunny hopper. Like I was the a lot of people that
was a thing back then, where basically just in the middle of a gunfight, you would hit the prone button to just drop straight down onto your stomach as a way of throwing your attacker off. It was like you were playing dead, but also with.
Dude, that is me to my core. I used to play this way so much. My friends fucking hate it. But it was like a mechanism I had in my head for years. And I still, when I play Call of Duty and I'm sweating, that is what I do first. I don't jump first. I put my balls to the ground on my stomach. Like that was how I played the game. I was drop shotting like hell. People hated this shit.
Having a 50% shot of becoming dead quicker because you turned what would have been a body shot into a headshot. It was still cool though if you were.
See, that's the funny thing. They say it doesn't work, but that they're gonna say like there's a bigger chance for headshots. But back in the day, that shit used to work.
Able to pull it off, and my muscle memory even still kicks in to this day. And I've
Yes.
found myself doing this randomly in modern games, even though the new meta is clearly just jumping around and sliding like you're on uppers. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We will get there. Speaking of sliding, though, just a few years later, COD Ghosts dropped onto the scene, and this
at the time the most hated game ever. Well, at the time for Call of Duty. Like, obviously, it was an successor to Black Ops 2 and everything of that nature. I could get it. Like, Ghost was not the greatest game of Call of Duty ever, but I did enjoy it on release. For the first month, I was having a good time. I used to trick shot, so it was a little bit of a different aspect of me enjoying the game. Was sniping and trick shotting fun on Ghost? Yes. Was other aspects of the game bad? Yes. So, like, for me, I never really weighed the game differently. I weighed the game differently based on sniping and trick shotting back then. Now it's a little bit different.
This is where we first laid our scraped knees upon the power slide. It was kind of underwhelming.
Wasn't that good?
Honestly.
Wasn't that good?
So underwhelming that I usually forget it's even in this game because it's so finicky and really doesn't do much for you except being marginally better at getting you out of the line of fire. You know, less escaping from a bomb rigged to blow and more you're sliding across the hood of a Ford Taurus. Which brings us now to the jetpack revolution, where despite us all looking back on the game's
golden era
before as the pinnacle of playtime, let's be honest,
like I have probably the most unhealthy hours played on Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, a little bit of Modern Warfare 3, Face Off, 3v3, if you know what. Why I never see it to this day anymore is crazy to me. Maps dedicated for those modes. Yeah, we have obviously the 2v2 gunfight games, but this dude, if anybody played Face Off 3v3 2v2s back in the day on Modern Warfare 3, there was one of the most beautiful maps I've ever played on a Call of Duty game, how small they were and everything like that. But it's just so crazy. I have probably combined here 8,000 hours played on these games alone. Alone, probably. Unhealthy amount. Like, I remember having CSGO. I remember playing CSGO for years when I first got my PC and I was playing with friends. I have a collectively of 2 to 3,000 hours, and I thought that was crazy. That was during my high school time. I remember playing these games hours on it.
Was kind of getting stale. Call of Duty was the same thing every single year. They needed a change. And as Sledgehammer Games told us in the opening promo for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, power changes everything. Now literally blasted into the future, this COD completely overhauled the movement system, giving everyone a newly invented exosuit, letting them boost in any direction at will. We're talking left, right, back, forward, and up. Not only adding an unprecedented level of verticality to map design, but also speeding up and increasing the footprint of every gunfight. Now, when you ran into another player, instead of dropping to the ground, you could boost up into the air and dodge their bullets like a clay pigeon with a machine gun. Suddenly, cover wasn't really a priority, and the skill gap evolved from just having good aim and map knowledge.
You're also forgetting, like, the fucking... When you jump in the air, you also had, like, when you pushed your thumbstick down, you had, like, that crazy slam.
To now also needing to adopt a new controller grip to keep up with the rest of the lobby. Now,
you know what's so funny? People showing off Claw.
Also needing to adopt a new controller.
People playing Claw was so fucking funny because I adapted that during Halo 2. During, like, Halo 2 and Halo 3, I learned how to play Claw during the Halo days, transitioning over to Modern Warfare 2 and COD4 and Black Ops 1. I just would religiously play Claw. I've always played Claw. Like, whenever I first touch a controller, that was kind of like my friend showed me when my cousin, River, like, literally, like, got me into Xbox 360 and everything like that, and literally showed me how I was, like, watching how he was using the controller, and I was copying that same thing. I still play Claw like that. I still play Claw to this day. And seeing people now, remember AW adapting, and people are still trying to learn Claw now is so funny because I adapted that so long ago.
Keep up with the rest of the lobby. Now, there were a few additional new pieces of movement tech layered in there as well. For instance, like the Exo Hover, or the overclock ability, or the playlist-specific grapple hook, but none were really widespread enough to make much of a difference on, like, a macro level. So it's really not worth mentioning here. I guess just, like, cut that last bit. But Advanced Warfare wasn't just a one-off, as the next two...
Like, I will say this to my soul. AW was probably the time when I switched from sniping and trickshotting to competitively playing ranked on Advanced Warfare. Like, even sniping and ranked on S&D, I was still doing that in a very occasion of, like, a lot of times I was the main sniper, stuff like that. It just felt like I was playing CSGO with the op, and I just loved that. Was like the first game I went competitive, not competitive, or more or less, more went into competitive scene again, like fully or semi-fully. I was, like, playing GBs for fun with a couple of friends of mine in high school, and playing MLG tourneys and things like that, and I was enjoying my time. And also, like, sitting there for the first time, fully, like, grasping the competitive sniping, or, like, not even the competitive sniping, because I did that back in the day, but more of just the regular old, like, competitive Call of Duty. I fell in love with it, and I fell in love with the movement, the dashing, and stuff of that nature. And I felt like there was so much of a skill gap. So I understand this game gets a lot of hate because it's changed Call of Duty in some ways that people don't like it, but I loved the way the game played, and I enjoy it. So, like, for me, it's like a top 6, top 7 Call of Duty for me when now I look back at it. And that might be a crazy hot take, but that's just me.
games, Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare,
probably a top 3 Call of Duty, Black Ops 3 as well.
Walked a bit back on the jitteriness of it, opting now for a jetpack fuel meter instead of just a
that was a good balance.
Boost in any direction.
That was a good balance the way they did it.
That you could pepper it and have a ton more control over where you actually went. You know, you weren't just full fucking sending it randomly.
Hey, I love the full sending.
More finesse to it. There were less penalties for doing it in the middle of a gunfight, leaving a lot of that risk versus reward system that was always the backbone of these traversal mechanics.
See, like, this is my general opinion. It's Call of Duty. Fuck the damn, fuck having, some penalties. Like, I didn't mind the penalties on Black Ops 3. I did enjoy it. But sometimes when people, say, penalties and penalties, I'm like, come on. But I did like the meter. It was a good balance. The people that absolutely hated AW, this was a good balance. And that's why Black Ops 3 for me is a top 3 for me. I played hours on this with friends, religiously. I found my new fucking friend group that I still keep in touch with, and I literally is a roommate of mine, or right now, playing this goddamn game, man.
You know, you didn't need to choose between moving fast and being battle ready. You had it all, girl. And this was the
abilities
turning point, in my opinion. The guns always up mentality that, don't get me wrong, is smooth as hell and makes you feel like a badass, just made the game completely unrecognizable from the classic boots on the ground gameplay of something like World at War. You know, remember that this is where we started.
And now we're here.
While you could use these in combat, a lot of these new systems were still primarily developed just to help people traverse the map faster. There was wall running, there was Ruin's grapple hook in BO4, there was the G-slide, which
I remember that
was just kind of an exploit where you could slide directly into a jump. And it would max out your speed. It was the fastest way of moving in.
But the funny thing is with the G-slide, we can also talk about other now 2019's slide canceling as an exploit, technically.
The game. And I believe this was also the first recorded instance of slide canceling in the series. That's a fun fact, if that's true. Now, the G-slide was later patched, but by the time it was, the damage was already done. And now,
that was if I'm correct me wrong, 3 or 4 months into the game's life cycle. That is literally the COD cycle aspect. Too little, too late. Same thing with World War II, or was it World War II, where they literally the game got better. And it's oh my God, they made this change. I went back and played it, and I'm like, World War II would have been a 10 times better game with these changes.
Instantly sliding everywhere was added to the toolbox alongside YYing and max sensitivity shaking for tools who wanted to move fast and look cool pretending to do it. But while after the triple jetpack titles ran their
World War II
and started to revert back to more boots on the ground movement.
Dude, I'm sorry, but hearing that World War II, I actually, for what it was, I enjoyed World War II for a little bit of the time I was playing it. Obviously, it's not anywhere near one of the best Call of Duties, but I did enjoy the time while I was playing it at the time. Playing with friends and things of that nature. Sniping was fun, and I was literally loving headquarters. I would sit in headquarters. I remember Christmas. I remember on Christmas, I think a family got me a little PlayStation card. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit on Christmas after we do all this stuff with family, and I'm gonna sit in headquarters, and I'm just gonna open packs while everybody's going around open up packs too. I know it was fucking supply drops or whatever the case may be, but it just felt like a community. It felt alive, and I was like, bro, why has Call of Duty not done this again? That's what sucks. That's what sucks so much to see nowadays, that we don't have headquarters. It's so bad. It's it really sucks. I know this is a faster video, but it just brings back memory lane to where I just want to bring that up. But Modern Warfare 2 is that.
Ironically, 2019's Modern Warfare that aimed to be the most grounded and realistic feeling game yet, that took movement to its next big evolution. Don't be fooled by the realistic lighting and cool infill animations. This game genuinely did so damn much for the modern movement community. First,
yes, it did.
Sprint, a super sprint, if you will, activated by double tapping the button. Something that, in this context, doesn't really mean a whole lot beyond now giving everyone else another YY tick, but holy shit.
Me YYing was like, that's just a trick shot thing. I developed it because of trick shotting. I literally, other people who did it for ADHD purposes also have ADHD. So yeah.
Is there a huge debate around it on whether or not it should even exist? And it is, from this point forward, featured in all but one game. So I feel like I do need to bring it up here, even though personally, I don't think this is really adding much to like how fast it is, but it wasn't. It didn't.
It just gave another asterisk to it. Like they slowed down the regular sprint and made the tax sprint the same speed, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Put in the comments if I am. But it, like, slide canceling everything would made it fast. It would made like the game snappy and the movement and the engine. The one thing Infinity Ward does the best is making the engine for these games, and that's what a lot of people don't notice, is like they're the ones that kind of build the engine. So I'm very curious to see what Modern Warfare 4 changes when these other developers run this engine.
I'm gonna get a comment if I didn't mention it, so I'm mentioning it. Here you go. The big thing with this game, though, was that slide canceling was back, and now even easier and less immediately patched than ever. All that you had to do was slide and crouch out of it to immediately bring your gun back up, ready to fire. Meaning that you didn't even need to use that
the YY
super
demons.
Sprint. You could just slide cancel your way around twice as fast as you could walk. And because you were constantly moving in between standing and crouching, you were just harder to hit too. And then,
bro, like, I'm sorry. Like, I play Call of Duty for years and I'm like a fucking sweat. I'm never, to that extent, wide so much like this. And like that, I would laugh and shit on people that would particularly do that in matches. I would shoot on their body. I'm like, quit the Adderall movement. You're not doing anything.
And all of that was then combined with the game's severe lack of almost any aiming penalties to jumping or sliding. Like,
yeah.
just look at how accurate you can be immediately after jumping compared to games where you are actively encouraged to jump around in gunfights like BO3. Your aim just sticks in a way that's so satisfying, but also is so overpowered. You also had things like
I feel like this is my thing. Black Ops 3 was considered to be the arcade shooter or whatever, like Call of Duty's arcade shooter. Black Ops 1 was like Black Ops 3 was more arcadey than Modern Warfare 2019. And Modern Warfare 2019 was more realistic, asterisk, that stuff. But the movement and the less penalties, this is just a crazy take for me. I love Modern Warfare 2019's movement and the zero penalties. That, to me, it feels fun. But at the same time, I will give out that aim assist got stronger during this time, and it made it worse from a skill perspective. I will say that.
The stim shot, which let you heal yourself immediately after or during a gunfight without needing to disengage for a minute to regen anymore, removing even the need for a quick break in between the action. And we also have to mention that this was the first game with crossplay, meaning that console players were now placed into lobbies playing on keyboard.
I swore I thought Black Ops 3 was. Could be wrong.
I do a lot more crazy.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, you're right.
On your Mad Catz off-brand controller.
Oh my god, these things
somehow got working on a PS4. I didn't even know they still made that shit anymore. So from a console,
they make sense and everything's still in GameStop right now.
PC players made this game feel like it instantly sped up for them, even if For PC players, it was more of a lateral move. And if Modern Warfare was the one to hit the accelerator with us on that 80-mile-an-hour street, then this next one, Black Ops Cold War, was the one that put the brick on it. Because in addition to most of that same movement tech carrying over, a lot of the rest of the game kind of took down any of the anti-movement guardrails. For instance, Modern Warfare's maps had camping spots. It had doors. It had harsh lighting that, in a lot of ways, made the slow Sentinel style of game.
Yeah, like, that is the asterisk I will say. Anybody that says, like, outside of SND, in Warzone, the movement and everything is fun, yes. But the gameplay and how they made campers even 10 times more stronger because of how loud footsteps were. And you couldn't walk around. There was no red dot on the fucking minimap. Everything of that nature, I literally despised. But I will give the aspect of the movement a fucking god tier movement. But everything else, this game was literally terrible from outside SND and Warzone. Any game that does not involve search and destroy, like gunfight, was so much fun. My friends, we would play that. SND, we would play that for hours. But the other modes, it was so loud and obnoxious. Like, you literally could hear a fucking elephant from across the map. It was so terrible back then.
Gameplay viable. Almost too viable, depending on who you ask. But meanwhile, Black Ops Cold War was made by Treyarch, who don't play like that. Their maps are all the same 3-lane, defined and perfectly lit competitive arenas, meaning that there were less places to hide or position yourself strategically. There
was few though.
Run down the hallway until you encounter someone, and then whoever has the best choreography would win the fight. The addition of the gunsmith in this era also tended to cook out a lot of the.
I will die on that hill. Remove this shit. Get it off my screen. Even Modern Warfare 4 that's coming out annoys me to my soul. I hate gunsmith. Could we remove this in general?
Variety between weapons, and by extension, gunfights themselves. You know how, everyone had the meta loadout for whatever gun, which meant that those moments where you or your gunfight partner were outclassed by the other just didn't really happen as much anymore. It didn't matter if you had an SMG or an LMG. They were both built to be an AR, so it didn't fucking matter. Although, to be fair, a lot of what I just said is kind of more projecting onto future Treyarch games, but we'll get there in a minute. Because first, there is one more thing that Cold War did to speed the game up, and I don't know that it gets enough credit. And that was finally including an FOV slider on console. This is another one like crossplay that didn't actually speed it up at all, but
it felt like, I think my first time being on the FOV slider on Modern Warfare 2019 and my first time on PC for the first time, I will say, because I was always on console before then, I would honestly say the FOV makes or feels like you're going faster. Not necessarily the case, but it does.
Definitely sped up how people perceive it. See,
true.
Higher FOV means that you see more on the sides of your vision, right? It gets wider. And so when you move, that's more stuff being blasted past you, creating the illusion that you're moving really, really fast, even if you're not. There's a famous shot from The Graduate that kind of shows the opposite, right? They use a super telephoto lens, which in this case equates to like a super low FOV, to capture a man running down the street toward camera. And because it's so narrow, everything in the frame is so truncated around him, and it creates the illusion that he's running really slowly, even though he's hauling ass. In other words, the higher the FOV, the faster it looks. And so, all players now being able to raise that thing,
I was like a 110.
Can make the
that was
game
my FOV.
Feel faster, even if you're moving at exactly the same speed. And from this point on, it really felt like the franchise was starting to prioritize movement more than ever before.
100%.
Each title had at least something in it that aimed to speed it all up. Vanguard had combat pacing, increasing the amount of players on the map, plus the ability to move while mounted. Yes, mounting was a thing. Everyone used it. MW22 added high mantle. MW3 brought back slide canceling, announcing it in the weirdest fucking way ever by sending creators a box with slides, a can, and a cell phone, like they were cleaning out their back seat. And all of that, combined with the new movement increases, made MW23 feel like the fastest COD yet.
Yeah, like Modern Warfare 3, like the newest one, was a lot of fun. Like bringing back old Modern Warfare 2 maps, even though they're not necessarily fit for the new generation of gaming and the pace and the movement, it doesn't really work in a lot of ways. Some of those maps, I would say, some of the maps were really good for this day and age, but some of them weren't. But it was just good to see old Modern Warfare 2 maps, because Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite Call of Duty. And seeing all those maps together in all one game in one moment felt really good.
Some earlier titles having literal, like actual jetpacks. But we still had one more stop on our roller coaster. Roller coasters famously don't have
Omni
stops,
movement,
y'all. Omni movement. This was Black Ops 6's crowning achievement. The only thing that we heard about for months leading up to release. In as little words as possible, Omni movement let you sprint, slide, and dive in any direction and while shooting. Meaning that now, sliding around corners and jumping through gunfights could be done faster and smoother. I immediately take back what I just said about MW3 being the fastest non-jetpack game. This was the fastest one yet.
Yeah, I will agree. Modern Warfare 3 was fast, but Omni movement gave it another asterisk of like ability to look and slide in a direction a lot faster and look around other directions in the same movement while shooting. It's just fucking craziness.
Combined with the huge percentage of small maps in regular rotation, which only made it even faster. Guns don't matter anymore. Equipment, who fucking needs it? Perks? That's too much reading. I just want to dive backwards on a dom flags and slide into the entire
There was some perks that made
like a rogue bowling ball.
things better.
Black Ops 7 took this Omni movement concept and added on wall bouncing and a super high mantle. But at this point, if you're watching this video, you know this part of the story. The game is fast now. People are bouncing off the walls all too literally. And if you're like me, you're just kind of exhausted. I know.
Like, I do get that. I get it. I know a lot of people are exhausted and they're kind of ready for like a fresh reboot in a way. Some people are. Some people in the new generation of Call of Duty players still want to keep this movement the way it is. And because people are trying to wait, that's why like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 port is coming out on PlayStation, and so many people are just ready to like hop on and play with each other and everything like that. Like the old gen people and the newer people coming out to play it. It's just cool to see. And it's just like, it shows an asterisk of how many people actually still want this, still want the remasters, still want to play the old games and the old movement while still playing the new stuff too. And I feel like what they're doing, what Black Ops 7 did right, was make a classic mode. I hopped on that, and I actually enjoyed the fuck out of it. I still love that movement, but at the same time, I think we need a mode in Call of Duty on an instant basis every single year to where it slows it down for the people that don't want the movement.
There's been this huge back and forth over the years about COD's movement creep. And this video is not gonna like change anyone's mind, nor is it the goal to. People like what they like, and that's okay. It's one of those things that it comes down to what I call the ASS principle. You might think that that's an acronym, but unfortunately it's not. So, you know how everyone thinks that they're a good driver? Well, I think that's because, to me, when I'm driving and I see someone on the road going faster or they're more aggressive than me, I think to myself, wow, what an asshole. And conversely, everyone who's driving slower than me, well, they're just a dumbass. It doesn't matter how fast or slow I'm going, right? 10 over, 10 under. If they're flying by you, they're being a reckless asshole. And if they're slower, they're dumbasses causing traffic. I think it's the same thing with video games. Anyone better than you is a sweat, or they're hacking. And anyone worse than you is a noob, or a scrub, or whatever the fuck the kids are calling losers nowadays. Because everyone has a particular speed that they think is perfect, but as the speed limits change so much over the years, you've got millions of people who were perfectly happy before sprinting, before diving, before omnidirectional super sprint to dive, that are just run off the road seemingly by a bunch of assholes. But I think that this is a good
I love that. I love how he explained that, because it's definitely true. Like, we all have these egos saying we're the best. And I felt like another aspect to this is score-based matchmaking made people feel like I'm competing and I'm at a level that I'm like, oh, I'm either 1 or 2 in this lobby on a consistent basis. I'm this good, or whatever the case may be. But if I remove skill-based matchmaking for a goddamn second, you realize you're not the best person in a lobby every single time. And I say this all the time to people, and I'm like, really be humble that this day and age of Call of Duty is the way it is. Because if we pull you back into a non-skill-based matchmaking lobbies and literally realize, that's why Black Ops 7 toned that shit down to an absolute like maximum with that. And I really appreciate that aspect of what they did. And it just proved to me that a lot of people don't actually know how good they are, or how good they really are from a perspective of Call of Duty. And obviously people will leave beyond that aspect because they're getting shit on and they don't want to play a game that they're not good at and stuff like that. And it is so crazy to me. Just get better, bro. Like that's, I know that sounds fucking crazy to say, and that's going to sound like I'm a fucking one of those people, but it's just, bro, realize that you're not that good. You need to improve. Well, and some people just want to sit down and relax and play for 2 hours on a given day, on a weekend, the stuff like that. I get it. But at the end of the day, I think people have to realize you're not the best person. I even think that.
Opportunity to try asking why. Why has it gotten so fast? And why do people seem to prefer this style of gameplay over the other? Because we live in a world of constant movement, constant competition over our eyeballs, constant shiny lights and quick moving text to keep you engaged. The movie trailers now come with...
It's all analytical. The movement and why it's like this is all analytical. People want things fast. Like in movement, like our attention span is going down the drain. Like TikTok is in like short form content has rotten our brains to really try to consume something slower. And that's like ultimately the issue and why it's being marketed this way now.
A mini trailer tacked on the front because it helps with the only currency that actually matters now.
Retention.
And because simple retention is the goal,
everything has to be fast, snappy.
There's a reason that I cut every breath out of my videos. It's because retention is literally how I get paid. And so with games like COD, all of the focus is on the macro net.
Like sometimes I believe that. I get it. Yeah, your videos are really good. It's fucking entertaining. I love your editing and everything like that. I also believe there's a lot of things nowadays people are going towards more of the authentic style of editing, not least small amount of editing too.
Long-term progression with individual matches and those shiny unlocks that you get every 3 seconds, only serving to help retain your attention. Stepping stones along your quote grind that people pride themselves in like it's a second job.
True.
Who wouldn't want their job to go by quickly? And I don't know, man, like life in general already moves too damn fast. As I get older, the more I just want the spinning to stop, the voices to just shut the fuck up. And the thing
Amen.
that I always used to retreat into to forget about these endless to-do lists and the feeling that I'm falling behind has been replaced with more to-do lists and an environment where I can't breathe. And again, I'm not
Like, I agree this so much too. Like, I feel like every game nowadays has to be their forever game or have like this sense like I'm trying to move fast as possible. Like when Battlefield 6 came out, like people talking about guns and attachments and how slow leveling was and everything like that. And I start to realize, like, even though it's very true, it is slow. I realize, take your time, enjoy the moments. But like I feel like gamers like say the same thing when they're playing, when they're sitting in real life just dreading their job, dreading their real life in general, and come to play video games and it's like fast moving parts doing the same thing outside of the real world. And it's just like, bro, sit back and relax and enjoy the video game. That's just me. I think most people, I feel like, that play video games are not trying to go pro or be a content creator. But I feel like nowadays a lot of people are trying to be content creators. Wow. I've always wanted to be a content creator way before this, like back in the day. So same thing.
not trying to make it out here like fast game equal bad, or that like Call of Duty is to blame for my anxiety disorder, right? That's my shit. I got that. I'm
Yeah,
just
facts.
saying that
Same
it
here.
feels like at some point along the way, I was left behind by the acceleration skills spectrum. Because that's right, it was an acronym after all. Fuck you, sue me, I'll see you guys next week.
I do really love his videos. That was funny. I do agree with this. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like I can still keep up. I'm not that understanding of the skill level. I'm still there. I can still very much compete. So like I don't necessarily understand the other people that are just can't keep up anymore. I get you. But me, I still play Apex and I'm fucking running around like a fucking maniac. I'm still playing a lot of movement shooters like Impulse, or like the new game that's like Titanfall, like the Split Gate and stuff like that. Like I prefer like more of the faster paced games, but I still enjoy from time to time playing Battlefield. I still enjoy playing a lot of like the realism type of shooters and FPSs. I love all those games. I have no issue. And I used to play like MMOs, the like more draining and grindy games. Like I do love survival games. Like for me, I realize that gaming is fun both ways. It's either one day you can play it fucking fast and play chaotic and have fun playing FVSs, and one day you can sit there and build a base in a forest in the survival game. Like for me, I realize that fast pace doesn't always mean everything. I don't prefer either. Really, to be honest, I like if some new Call of Duty game has less movement, cool. I'll still enjoy it as long as it feels good. If the next game is more futuristic and fast paced, I will enjoy it too if it feels good. The reason why Modern Warfare 2, the newest one, was not good because there was too many restrictions and it was terrible moving around. Everything was clunky. Like, I will have no issue if they remaster Modern Warfare 2, remaster multiplayer, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 remaster stuff. Like, I would not care. I would enjoy it. But also, I would enjoy playing the movement Call of Duties too. I have no issue. I feel like there needs to be a switch up. I think Call of Duty needs to do a little switch up, and then go back to it. Switch up, go back to it. Like, really, like that's where to see where people in the community align at this point. I really want to see that. But I'm very curious in the comment section down below, like, do you think the game is going, Call of Duty and FPS is going too fast, or do you think it's right where it needs to be, or you can care less between the two, you enjoy both? I'm very curious in the comment section down below. And by the way, what was your favorite non-movement shooter Call of Duty, and what is your favorite Call of Duty movement shooter? You can say jetpack or this new gen movement. I'm very curious in the comment section down below. As always, guys, this is Blaine's. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.